Hi everyone, this is Mike with an update for week number 3 in Intro Stats. It's been a little while since I sent a video to you, so I thought I would create one for this week's update. This week's update is mainly going to be about exam number 1, which is scheduled for next week, and so let's talk a little bit about that. So again, exam number 1 is scheduled for next week, either on October 15th or on October 16th. And so if you have not already notified me about when, what day, and what time you plan to complete the exam, please do so immediately. So the times are on Thursday from 8:30 until 10:30, also on Thursday 11 to 1, then again from 3:30 until 5:30 p.m., and then from 6 o'clock until 8 o'clock. Those are all on Thursday, October 15th. And then on Friday the 16th, 8:30 in the morning again until 10:30, and then 11 until 1. I realize that Thursday evening at 6 may be a pretty popular time, and that's okay, but I'm going to urge as many of you who can, either if you're working or if you can find 2 hours in your day, either on Thursday or Friday, that would be an alternative. That would be helpful, because if everyone tries to test on Thursday at 6 p.m., it means that it's going to take me a really long time to check everyone in, and it's obviously then going to take a lot longer to complete the exam at that point. So if you can schedule for a time other than 6 p.m., although I realize that will be a popular time, please consider doing that. And if you have not let me know when you plan to take the exam, you should do that as soon as possible so that I can plan for your arrival. I will send everyone a link to Teams, and so you'll arrive in Teams, or you'll click on the link at the appropriate time. And I'll check everyone in using your webcam, and I'll ask to see a photo ID so I can verify you are who you're supposed to be. And then once everyone is checked in, I'll provide everyone with a password required to begin. That's a misspelling there. That should be begin the exam. And I'll ask that everybody keep their webcam on while they work on the exam so I can proctor the work that you're doing. A few more things about the exam. It has about 30 items on it, and you'll have 2 hours to complete it. Now, the exam does take place in my lab, so there'll be a link in Blackboard that you'll use, and I'll direct everybody to that link when you check in. Because my lab estimates the amount of time it takes to do its problems, my lab estimates that it'll take about 60 minutes. So notice you have a full 2 hours if you want it, but my hope is that not everyone will need the full 2 hours. And so again, if you need some extra time to think, or you're checking through your notes on something, you should have plenty of time. All the items are directly related to topics from chapters 1 through 3. Not every item will come from the homework, but many of them do. So they should be familiar to you, but some of them will be new, although they will be directly related to the topics you've been studying. And because of that, the best way to prepare is to complete all of the assignments in my lab and participate actively in the discussion forums. If you do those things, there shouldn't be any surprises. And the exam is open book and open notes, but it's often true that students believe that that means they don't really have to do much preparing because they can just look stuff up when they need to. The challenge with that is that a lot of students get to a class like stats and they realize there's a lot to remember and there's a lot to keep track of. And if you spend all your time looking through your notes, you still won't have enough time, that is. And so my advice to you is make sure that you're taking good, clear notes as you work. But in addition, I recommend creating, as part of your preparation, a summary page or two from your notes that kind of summarize the important ideas and provide you with some reminders of what you want to pay attention to on the exam. A few other things to keep in mind about the calendar coming up. So due on Sunday, October 11th at 11:59 St. Louis time are the homework assignments and interactive assignments from sections 2.3 to 3.2. you should complete all the assignments up through and including section 3.5 before the exam. Now, some of those assignments are not going to be due until after the exam is over. And the reason for that, so the assignments for sections 3.3, 3.4, and 3.5 are due on Sunday, October 18th. The reason for that is in the event you haven't quite finished those assignments because there's not a whole lot of time between those assignments and their deadlines. If there's a couple of problems that you haven't finished up yet, I wanted to make sure that you didn't get penalized for finishing those, a couple of items here or there after the exam. But I want to be really, really clear. The exam will cover everything that you see in Module 1. So that's chapters 1, 2, and 3. After the exam, I recommend getting started on Module 2, and we're only going to cover 2 sections in Module 2, sections 4.1 and 4.2. And I just want to wish you good luck and remind you that if you have questions or concerns, there's lots of ways to get help. You can send me an email. You can visit me during my virtual office hours next week. In particular, I'll be meeting with folks on Monday afternoon. My Thursday and Friday office hours will be consumed with administering the exam. Or if you want to schedule a particular time, a different time for us to meet, I can do that. Or consider going to the free tutoring, the online tutoring that StLCC offers, and the website given is there. Again, I wish you good luck. I hope you have a wonderful weekend ahead, and please stay in touch if you have any questions or concerns.